Hi, my name is Joseph Alai. Welcome to my channel. And today we're going to talk about why not to imagine in third person point of view. A topic like this is so crucial. It is one of the main differences between success and pitiful failure. And I want to give you a story and a couple examples, one that I just received now that touched me. And it really prompted me to make this video because it's super important. There's a ton of misinformation there that's being spread around. And unfortunately, bad ideas, they die with bad egos. And so that generally doesn't happen. So I'm here to kind of set the story straight. Please take this, use this to the best of your ability, systematically test this process, which I'll give you an example how to do that. And that way you can be confident, secure, and sure that first person point of view is the only way to visualize with imagining and manifestation for getting anything that you want. So first of all, before we jump into that, hit the like button. It does something to the algorithm so that those who would not normally be able to see this video will be able to see this video. Also hit the subscribe button for very systematic, predictable manifestation techniques that work with consistency and that are very logical and tested, time tested through myself and others. So anyway, let's get into this now. So one of the common ideas, and this is an idea that will live and die with law of attraction, which is something slightly different from actually how manifestation works. Now, for those of you who are still learning about manifestation, you have probably heard the phrase law of attraction, which is a great introduction of sorts to manifestation. However, as you begin to become more advanced and as the weeks turn into months, turn into years with you practicing consistently manifestation, then if you've been doing that, then just like me, you've probably began to see the cracks in it. You've probably seen the flaws with the whole vibration technique, vibration ideology as far as the requirement for manifestation is concerned. And you've probably also now been starting to see some trouble with your manifestations going to other people, which is one of the huge downsides to imagining in third person. Now, the thing is that the information, this is a lot of this information as far as manifesting in visualizing in third person comes from the idea of vibration and matching your vibration to something and then drawing it into you. However, that is a miscalculation of how manifestation works. So we are not vibrationally matching with something and attracting it in. We are actually feeding a carbon copy of our visualization to awareness, and that carbon copy is replicated on the screen of space. So in layman's, what that means is that whatever we visualize will be, if we do it accurate enough, will be replicated in its exact nature on the screen of space, on the world. So that means if we are visualizing or speaking to ourselves in third person point of view, meaning if I visualize myself, right, as if I'm in my imagination, which first of all, before we go into what it is and what it isn't, the normal person or naturally a person visualizes in third person point of view. Third person point of view is essentially when I see myself. So when I'm awake, in your waking days, right now, you are looking through first person point of view, which means you're looking through your own eyes, which means you're not seeing yourself. You don't see yourself. The only thing you can see is really your hands and your body. You can't see your face. But when we imagine, oftentimes we see ourselves in third person point of view, most of the time, which means that I see myself taking an action, meaning I'm a camera, not looking through the eyes of the individual. And so first person point of view is when we are looking through our own eyes. And so visualization should be done through first person point of view because of the nature of manifestation, which is that whatever we impress upon the subconscious mind will be carbon copied. I use those words very concisely and carefully here. They're very calculated, meaning it's not a similar likeness. It's not we attract it and it appears to be as if it's the imagination. It's how accurate we can impress the subconscious mind, meaning how effectively we can visualize, how accurate or powerful our visualization is. The scene that or this can be inner voice as well, such as saying, I am, instead of you are or Joseph Alai is, right? We don't want to use phrases like that. And I'll explain to you in depth why, but In other words, what we want to do is visualize in first person point of view, because that scene is condensed into a spiritual seed of sorts, and that seed will manifest or grow out to be the identical nature of the imaginal act, of the visualization. So just to summarize that again, to be very, very clear, every single thing that we impress upon our subconscious mind will be manifested outward in the exact nature, which means if I am perceiving an individual that appears to be me receiving something, it won't go to me, it will go to somebody else, because that is the perception from which I am seeing. So another requirement to manifestation is that the manifestation must be returned back to the awareness which has created it. In other words, if I visualize something, if I visualized an individual holding a soda, I must experience that scene, which means it's not that I have to hold the soda. It means that whatever I imagine must happen in the world, and my awareness must be aware of it. It must become aware of it. And that is the process of manifestation. That is a process that is so misconstrued and then continuously replicated and taught to other individuals. And like I said, and it's no offense, because even back before I tested these things and proved these things wrong, I used to believe these things as well, until, like I said, until the experience begins to accumulate, the cracks begin to show. So here's the repercussions of this, right? And the only reason I'm sharing this is just to help you save yourself from making these same mistakes as I have, as this individual that just sent me an email, and has many, many others have. So why then sometimes is third person point of view? Why does it work sometimes? So you will inevitably experience, if you've been manifesting for a while, but you haven't really gone into the exact nature or systematic methodology of manifestation, then what you'll find is sometimes you will be receiving your manifestations, but other times it will be going to other individuals. So this is something I've received hundreds of emails about this, and it's really a shame. The only way to get this information out properly is to set the record straight and then have you test it and teach it to other individuals, so we can stop this of people teaching the wrong information, right? I mean, it is what it is though. I can only account for myself and who my students are. But the reason that sometimes a third person point of view manifestation will unfold is because of inaccuracies. What do I mean by inaccuracies? Meaning, I said a statement before which is very, very precise and very careful, right? And as an aside, my words are chosen extremely careful. So if you're just listening and skimming through my videos, you probably are missing a lot of the accuracy and systematic methodology as far as the way that I teach. But accuracy in our visualization causes an accurate manifestation, which means that if we are ambiguous in our imaginal acts, or if we are blurry, or if we don't impress our subconscious mind, then bits of pieces are going to be impressed on the subconscious mind. So basically what I'm saying is if I'm visualizing in third person point of view, but my emotions or my feelings are in alignment with me receiving the manifestation, not a third party or a third person, then it's a 50-50 shot whether someone else, that piece, it gets impressed upon my subconscious mind, or if my emotions and feelings get impressed upon the subconscious mind. But then again, this also takes account for a different premise, which is also misconstrued, which is that it's only emotion that manifests. That is a fallacy. This is something that I've went through in many videos. Look for my list method or the Gospel of Joe method on my videos. But basically what you'll find is that it's not just emotion. It's anything that can be allowed into your awareness or impressed upon the subconscious mind. Yes, you can manifest through simply emotion in and of itself, but you can eliminate emotion altogether and use other imaginal faculties like visualization, other sensations, speaking to yourself, etc., to manifest as well. So really what you find with these third person point of views is it's a 50-50 or less shot of you getting it, of no one getting it, or another person getting it, right? So if you visualize in third person point of view and you are extremely accurate and vivid with your visualizations, then another person, bar none, will get your manifestation. So the two stories, I'm gonna tell you one, I'm gonna actually read part of one for you. It's kind of a shame, but it's a learning experience, right? And by the way, a precursor to this is that if you have been visualizing in third person point of view, just stop doing it and just start practicing visualizing in first person point of view. At first, it will be difficult, but the more you practice, the more you train. Now that is, when I close my eyes, I only visualize in first person point of view. So it's just you train. After a little while, you will become automatically doing that. So anyway, here's one of the problems with this is a manifestation of a specific person gone wrong. I'm gonna skim it, but the first part I'm gonna read outright. I've been watching your videos for a week. I was introduced to manifestation a couple of years ago. I always imagined as third person and I never manifested anything. I want to share a story of mine, please bear with me. It was an arranged marriage, I really liked that guy and he also really liked me. All of a sudden he called off the wedding. My parents found out that he has a girlfriend and he's getting married to her. So I always imagined him and me getting married, but I was the one watching them and such and so forth. It goes on and on. So this is actually not uncommon. This is not uncommon. And a lot of people will say, oh, this is a bridge of incidents. No, it's not a bridge of incidents. It's a failed manifestation because the techniques that are being taught are wrong. Another individual, I talked about this way in the beginning, but this is the same exact event happened to another individual. He said that he imagined himself with her in a car after they were married, driving down the freeway, and not more than a few weeks later, he found out that she married somebody else, and they were driving in a convertible down the street. So all the facts hold true. This is technically a perfect manifestation. You can't have a manifestation gone wrong unless you do the techniques wrong and your intention is incorrect, right? Meaning, if you want to be married to someone, but you're visualizing another individual, e.g. third person point of view, getting married, you're gonna run into problems. This is something that I receive this from my clients all the time. These issues, new clients generally, people that have not really been watching my videos or they've been watching other people's videos. And so it's just a word of warning, I guess, or just change it, just stop doing it. And this is the same thing for your inner conversations. It's the same thing for affirmations. It's the same thing for scripting. Don't do it. Just stick with first person point of view. The premise is the most important part. The rest of this video doesn't matter except for this part. Whatever gets impressed on your subconscious mind will be replicated. You're not attracting a similarity in. A replication, a carbon copy of what you impress on your subconscious mind will be manifested on the screen of space. And therefore, imagine and impress your subconscious mind with first person point of view so that you can receive the manifestation, not a third entity, a third party. As I said, and if you do it third person, you will get shaky results, and the odds are you will begin to encounter from time to time another person getting your manifestations. So this is the wrap up for that. Definitely go first person point of view. It's basically something that I struggled with for a long time. I mean, to my defense, I was listening to people, this is before I really knew what was going on, but how manifesting worked, but I was essentially just going with the whole law of attraction thing. And even my worries went to like, oh my God, how does the vibration know to come to me and not to come to another person? And it's like, yeah, because that's a false premise. Now, anyway, I'll stop rambling about it, but just definitely subscribe, hit the bell icon, and stay tuned for more. Thank you so much.